had this idea for a mug in the middle of work. I thought, women have those male tears mugs, so why can't I buy a mug that says breast milk? I quickly hopped on Etsy, and lo and behold, I found a custom mug where I could put any words on it that so desired. Needless to say, I am very happy about this purchase. You know, I can't be the only one that as soon as I saw the mug, I thought back to that iced latte meme that was going around recently. Plus, also, wasn't the whole male tears thing debunked to actually be a term that was a slang term for nut? Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another video for the day. We're going back into r/justneckbeardthings, and if you guys would love to be absolutely amazing, show your support, and to see more videos like this in the near future, be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment down below to start them wholesome internet discussions, and if you have not already, subscribe and turn on notifications. Also, afterward, check out another video or two, that'd be dandy. Top 10 horror waifus according to facts. All I know for the acronyms is RE is Resident Evil. Aya, Eve, Claire, Jill, Regina, Clem, Heather, Laura, Rebecca, Alma. Hey, hold up, I think something's kinda off here. But nonetheless, wait until the actualities kick in. Hey guys, and did you know that in terms of male, human, and female waifu breeding, Sangonyomiya Kokumi is the most compatible waifu for humans? Not only are they the frilled egg group, which is mostly comprised of mammals, Kokumi are an average of 5 foot 3 inches tall and 110.2 pounds. This means they are large enough to be able to handle human dong, and with their impressive base stats for HP and access to Bakekurage, you can be rough with one. Due to their mostly water-based biology, there is no doubt in my mind that an aroused Kokumi would be incredibly wet, so wet that you could easily have S with one for hours without getting sore. They can also learn the moves Kurage's Oath, Nere's Ascension, Tamanuya's Casket, Song of Pearls, along with not having fur to hide nipples, so it'd be incredibly easy for one to get you in the mood. With their abilities, flawless strategy, and princess of Watatsumi, they can easily recover from fatigue with enough water. No other waifu comes close to this level of compatibility. Also, a fun fact, if you pull out enough, you can make your own Kokumi turn white. Kokumi is literally built for human D. Ungodly defense stats, high HP pool, Bakekurage means it can take clock all day, all shapes and sizes, and still come for more. This dude really is determined on his whole aspect of his side of the debate for the whole who is the most breedable thing, isn't it? The conversation in general is weird. A PSA, parents, teach your kids not to pull on the brim of my fedoras. They're expensive, they're tailor-made, and most cost more than the average cost of rent in the US. Lol. I feel like I've said this before, but it continues to be an issue. That's all. Thank you. You know, I'm not a hat expert in any way, shape, or form, but I think just in general, for common sense, is don't have super expensive things around kids because they don't know the value of it all. So just in general, maybe not where you're super duper expensive fedoras around the kids. And unfortunately, I know this for a fact that some people don't know the value of stuff because sometimes parents don't know the value of things, and that's why whenever I go to the exotic section of the Washington Auto Show, you'll always see stuff like this where it's just parents letting their kids climb all over six-figure dollar cars. And for anybody that watching my stuff that is car people and that says, oh, the GT500 isn't a six-figure dollar car, okay, then it still doesn't justify it. Bottom line, if you have a problem with expensive stuff being touched, probably isn't the best idea to bring it into an area where kids would be. Texas man sentenced to life in prison after beating a toddler to death after she put her shoes on wrong feet days before her birthday. Why? How does this justify any of the things you did? Try explaining this to the big guy that asked why you're in here for and see if he doesn't place you very low on the prison totem pole. A modern-day Kardashian is D'Amelio. Both are degenerate losers who add nothing to society and teach young females your entire worth is dependent on whatever is attractive by current standards. You can legit be a total moron, but if you are moderately attractive, your opinion matters. Quartering, I forgot about you. Well, It sucks to not have that mental state anymore. The first persuasive situation that popped into my head was when I got my fiancée pregnant and had to convince myself it was a good idea for me to be father. Now, first off, let me say this was 13 years ago and my efforts to persuade me were successful. Also, it's not like I had a choice in the matter. She wasn't having it. Writing this out and reading it sounds kind of fudged up. Unfortunately, I'm a vulgarishly honest person, and really can't help it. So my argument for possibly moving to a different state or country to avoid fatherhood was first and foremost that I was a world-renowned pothead / fudge-up. Fudge-up means exactly what you assume it does. My second reason was I wasn't well socialized. At 24 years old, I had just broke out of my shell, had never had a girlfriend or friend of any kind, but I'm tall and moderately sexy, so I was getting a lot of attention. My first girlfriend, first time having S, and she was preggo in the first 3 weeks. That was my main reason against hopping on a plane. How could I run away from the first bit of real responsibility I encountered? Also, what kind of spineless, cowardly, yellow belly would that make me running from my own seed? SMGDMFH. After analyzing these questions briefly, I knew that my decision would be, and I'm ultimately glad I persuaded myself not to be a bee. I tell my daughter the story all of the time. Love her to pieces. I'm pretty sure it was mainly the weed that made me want to run, looking at all the stuff I had to do to be a dad, knowing how lazy I get when I smoke. At the end of the day, when I realized my dumb butt was about to choose the weed over my seed, that was enough to initialize some drastic lifestyle changes. My daughter hates when I call her my seed. She is sitting here as I write this. Crazy girl, I love her to pieces. Anyhow, cheers. Hope I answered all the prompt questions. Sorry for the curse words. I'm work. Why don't you just call your daughter what you were about? You might as well have called her with all the calling her the seed and stuff. You're the sperm cell that won. The finest soap in the galaxy. Introducing the Dr. Squash Soap Star Wars Collection. Get yours today and bring new hope to your soap, plus also anybody around you, because who knows, maybe it'll make a difference. The sad part is we all know that these are going to be bought off the shelves really quick, but nobody's going to ever freaking use them because God forbid it's a collector's item. Why would I ever use it? I mean, isn't that whole reason why people get like 3 of them, 1 to trade, 1 to keep, and then 1 to use, or something like that, right? Wrong wings. A man allegedly shoots a father after disputed food run. A bountiful man brought home the wrong variety of chicken wings, and his son allegedly tried to shoot him, police said in charging documents. Here's the thing, if you ask somebody else to get you food and they mess up and it isn't exactly what you were looking for, maybe next time go get it yourself. Plus, it might be me, but aren't most places where you can order food, or I know this dude lovely demographic would be takeout, you can make the orders over your phone or computer so you know exactly what you're ordering, and then you can send somebody else to get it. There is so much fear in this speech. He's terrified that his definition of masculinity has been wrong this whole time. He is horrified of the idea that he will have to give up even a smidge of his free time to anything else without instant gratification. He's haunted by the looming fact that he may be found inadequate of the grand order of things. Hi, I'm the guy from the Post. Allow me to clarify. My fear isn't that my definition of masculinity is wrong, because I know that it isn't. My fear is that the women continue convincing men that their definition of masculinity is wrong, even though we are the only ones who have the right to define what masculinity means. We all know that women are trying to convince men that real masculinity is when you are meek and subservient, and that's actually so that they can convince weak men to essentially castrate themselves, so they become worker drones for the welfare state that supports them. Strong men, like the ones who know how to be men and know not to listen to lectures by women about their own gender, remain masculine are fundamentally more attractive to women, because the majority of women are wired to be attracted to masculinity, and just like the majority of men are wired to be attracted to femininity. This is called the Alpha F's Beta Bucks effect, and it's been proven since the beginning of the last century. So I'm actually afraid of is that I might have a son who's gonna grow up being fed estrogen from his drinking water because of how women's birth control has contaminated it, and to be educated by female teachers that if he doesn't go to work at a D factory to pay for another woman's child, he's an R who would be jailed for life, and then my lineage ends right there. You will never eliminate men, no matter how much you want to. We'll always be able to resist because we are stronger than you. And with that last grade A dum-dum, that's gonna have to be it with the video. If you guys would love to be absolutely amazing, show your support, and to see more videos like this one in the near future, be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment down below to start with them wholesome internet discussions, and if you have not already, subscribe and turn on notifications. Also check out another video or two, that'd be pretty darn nice. I'll be sure to see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and bye-bye.